So it's a 4-1 loss to Lancaster City today. Obviously, the first half being the one that's most disappointing. What were your views on the performance?
Just the first 20 minutes we were absolutely miles off it. No team at whatever level you play at, whether you play in the Prem, Northern Prem, Sunday League Prem, if your opposition run harder than you, both towards their goal and our goal, then it's going to be a long afternoon for you. And that's what it was. They changed shape, caught us off guard a little bit, but they went 3-5-2, and usually with our 4-3-3, I was licking my lips. We were great against the 3-5-2, and we were just caught in between whether to press, whether to sit, and we had to match them up in the end, and then we actually played well once we matched them up. But you can't start a game 3-0 down after 14 minutes, I think it was, and unfortunately you can't do that at any level of football. So it was more a case of cutting our losses, also try and get the odd goal here and there to maybe get a sniff. And we had a great chance at 2-0, great chance, which might have changed the game, but just wasn't there. Second half, made the subs, and we're outstanding second half. That's the Stockbridge of how we should play, but it was too late, unfortunately.
Yes, obviously, with that start, do you think that anything went wrong in the preparations for it over this in the last week, or eyes elsewhere at the moment, or was it just one of those things where it can happen sometimes?
It can happen sometimes, but if you're honest, it's happened probably too many times over the last 5-6 games, whatever it's been. So I don't think anything was done differently really beforehand. Like just say, you can't not turn up for 20 minutes and expect to get away with it. And to be fair, they were lethal in front of goal at 2-0. We had a couple of chances at 3-0. We had a really good chance. And while they were a far better team, could have been all square at half time really, but they were the better team without a shadow of doubt. But they took the chances again, and we didn't. And like Lem said, second half, we're a different team. We played the pace, we played the intensity, we got at them. We said at half time, we've seen how we can hurt them, how we can get in behind them and play through them. That's what we did the second half. Second half, we had set game to half, a completely different team second half sort of thing. But it's too late by that point. You can't do that. I don't think there's one thing to blame for it, but we had a few games down where it started clicking off.
So obviously the second half, you could say we won the second half, getting the goal through James Morris. It's a cliche it's used of win the second half in team talks. I don't know if it came up at half time. Do you think that's a good mental boost to say, oh, we did win the second half 1-0 after that first?
No, yeah, I think more for just kind of maybe building a little bit of momentum into Wednesday. We played well second half. That's what we said. We was like, win this half. I said a few more strong words in terms of play for the club, play for the badge, play for me, play for Frets. And they did that, and that's all we could ask for. I thought the subs coming on were changed the game. Alex O'Connor gave us that energy when he came on. Alfie in midfield, he's going to be he's a little gem we found there. He's some player, and I'm excited to have him on the books. He's a really good little player. Tommy with his energy, and then Alf and what will come on up top, it was a nuisance. I was really proud of the subs to come on, because sometimes they can watch there and they can be in the huff that they're on the bench, but no, their attitude when they came on were absolutely second to none. And I've said that on Wednesday, they're the 5, if they are not starting on Wednesday, they're the ones who are going to be disappointed, because the starting 11, they've not, unfortunately, they can't come to me if I've left them out and say, why am I on the bench? I'm sorry, but that's football. And yeah, so I'm really proud of the second half and the reaction, and when you take that into Wednesday at Hillsborough.
So yeah, obviously it's a huge one this Wednesday, Sheffield Wednesday at Hillsborough Stadium, expecting a big crowd. They look signs like they might even have a few first teamers in that lineup. What are your thoughts going into that game?
Obviously we can't start like that again. I think playing against a team today that move the ball quickly at pace, use the space really well, winds up the same sort of thing. They'll make the pitch big. It's a big pitch anyway. But move it at pace, move it quickly. So we've got to make sure we start on damn site there than we did today. So we need to really up the intensity of how we play. Like I said, today we're too easy to play against, and then when we've got chances, we round the box, giving the ball away sloppy. I think the first 2-3 goals probably all came from our possession. which again you can't do particularly against teams like Wednesday if you've got sort of first team squad players in there as well, sort of thing. So we know what we need to do. Just need to make sure that 116's at it for the full 90 plus minutes on Wednesday night. It'll be a long night if not, but the lads now need to bounce back and react.
Thank you very much.
See you then.